Titanic, eine der wirklich grandiosen Schöpfungen des deutschen Filmes. Die frevelhafte Jagd nach einem Rekord, getrieben von Leidenschaft und Liebe, fand mit dem Untergang der Titanic ihr tragisches Ende in den eisigen Fluten des Ozeans.
Stellen Sie sich vor, man hat aus der Kabine von Ast noch eine Schmuckkassette gestohlen.
Was suchen Sie denn da?
Du kennst nur dein Geld und weiter nichts.
Und mit Recht. Das Geld ist der einzige Wert, an den ich glaube.
Also je höher die Geschwindigkeit Ihres Schiffes, umso höher Ihre Prämie.
Herr Kapitän, liegen mehrere Warnungen über Treibeisgefahr vor. Es sind auch Eisberge gemeldet.
So, welche Maßnahmen haben Sie getroffen?
Ich habe den Kurs entsprechend geändert und die Geschwindigkeit darauf setzen lassen.
Aber warum denn?
Sämtliche Passagiere gehen mit angelegten Schwimmwesten an Deck. Sagen Sie, es sei ein Manöver.
Meine Damen und Herren, die Schiffsleitung hat ein Bootsmanöver angeordnet. Ich bitte Sie, die Schwimmwesten anzulegen. Die Titanic sinkt. Wir hatten eine Kollision mit Unterwassereis.
Aber wir haben doch Rettungsboote.
Die Rettungsboote reichen bestenfalls aus für den dritten Teil der Passagiere.
Rette sich, wer kann!
Titanic ist der Film mit der großen Starbesetzung und Tausenden von Mitwirkenden. In den letzten Kriegsjahren fertiggestellt, wird er jetzt erstmalig in Deutschland gezeigt. Die Katastrophe der Titanic ist das atemberaubende Erlebnis und der dramatische Höhepunkt dieses Filmes.
Four decades have passed since the Titanic screamed across the headlines of the world. Yet no human drama has eclipsed its staggering impact and overwhelming power. Now, for the first time, the screen brings you the strange events, the monumental story of those four never-to-be-forgotten days. Unforgettable drama in scene after scene. An immense canvas on which is thrown the gripping story of young love, of cowardice and heroism, of faithfulness and adultery, of sinner and saint.
And if you try to interfere, I'll be as common as you think I am. I'll fight you tooth and nail. I'll take you to the courts.
No court in the world, no power under heaven can force me to give up my son.
He is not your son.
Thank you for not mentioning my strange luggage. How do you cover that in 10 easy words in a wireless to a family that loved you and sacrificed for you?
Tear my blanket, make my feathers fly. Whirl me, twirl me, twirl me to that Navajo rag.
The Widener maid. I'm looking for the Widener maid.
Well, don't look at me. I got so many maids, some of the maids are taking care of the maids.
14th of April, 1912. A night to remember. A night when the largest, most luxurious liner of her day was speeding across the North Atlantic on her maiden voyage. No expense had been spared to make this ship a symbol of man's final victory over nature. Her first-class passengers were the very cream of society, the aristocrats from Europe and millionaires homeward bound to America. In the steerage class, everyone enjoyed their own kind of boisterous fun. Then there were the second-class passengers and the crew. 2,208 happy, confident people speeding across a flat, calm sea in a ship that everyone knew was unsinkable. Absolutely unsinkable. The ship was called the Titanic.
What did you see?
Iceberg, get ahead, sir!
Kenneth Moore, whose warm, compelling sincerity holds him high in the hearts of cinema-goers all over the world, as Lightoller, the second officer on a ship whose destruction shook the very foundation of man's progress and marked the end of an era.
How many people are there on board?
2,200 or more. And room in the boats for... how many?
1,200.
This is the epic drama of the greatest disaster in the history of the sea.
Goodbye, my dear son.
Here, for the first time, is the story of that night. A night when 2,200 men, women, and children were faced with a terrible fact. The fact that most of them were going to die. No work of fiction could ever contain such incredible twists of fate or leave such terrible questions unanswered to haunt the mind. Why did that last ice warning never reach the captain? What happened on the ship that stopped within sight of this struggle with death, but didn't save a single life? No writer of thrillers could ever achieve such agonizing suspense.
Sir! Sir! What the devil's going... Haven't you learned to knock before you come in here?
It's a distress call, sir, from the Titanic. She's sinking. Carpathia, sir. She's making 17 knots and should be with us about 3:30.
That'll be too late.
Before there was the mega money-making motion picture blockbuster Titanic, there was SOS Titanic. The same disaster, minus the cool special effects. The same ship, without the $1 million designs.
So much for the smoking room in the Palm Court.
And the same characters. Sorry, ladies, no Leonardo. But hey, there's this guy. Watch SOS Titanic, Sunday, noon on Fox 24.
SOS.
Titanic.
Titanic, SOS Titanic. There's really no big difference. I mean, the ship still sinks.
11 stories high and 5 city blocks long.
You have here the largest movable man-made structure in the world. A super ship, if you will.
The Titanic was a floating palace, the likes of which the world had never seen.
But nothing will ever be like this again. It's so beautiful.
The very rich, the truly ambitious, and the hopelessly in love would be the first to experience its grandeur.
Here's to a rip-roaring maiden voyage for the Titanic.
Fires below are sending 50,000 horsepower to the propellers.
What are you doing? It's not a race.
I want this ship to perform to its full potential.
But there are safety procedures.
We can beat the Olympics record and be in New York on Tuesday.
What no one could have known was that its maiden voyage
Radio the Titanic. Tell him we're surrounded by ice.
would be its last.
What do you see?
A berg less than a mile away.
Iceberg right ahead.
Full speed astern. Turn! We did it, man!
Hallmark Entertainment takes you on a voyage of romance,
If I get out of this alive, I'll find you.
The ship is about 2 hours.
honor,
There are lifeboats. We're only half of those on board.
Not away.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
and courage.
We've only got an hour.
Impossible.
In what promised to be a momentous event, no one ever expected to encounter the world's most epic disaster.
God himself cannot sink this ship.
It's good that we don't know how things is going to end in the beginning. Oh, we'd never make the journeys that we were meant to take in this life.
Save yourself, boy. Save yourself!
Titanic, the untold story behind an unsinkable legend.